everybody. Welcome back into the Jaro.
How's it going?
As you can see, Chow is back after he abandoned us last time because he doesn't like his friends and he has adult things to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay, I forgive you.
Don't you want to know where I've been or something?
That implies interest. Weren't you just working? Or were you?
Yeah, I was just working, man.
Made me feel like a piece of garbage.
No, I was working and I think I think our schedules were just a little
off.
Yeah, because I was working all week and
they have us doing OT too, so it's fucking crazy right now.
And I was doing a lot of I did some collab work too with some friends of mine on
I saw that on Insta. It was you and two other dudes, no?
No, it was just me and one other dude, but he threw down on the bass and guitar, and we're working on another one, but this time it's gonna be three of us. There's one of them's from California, buddy Steven, and Linus, he's from the UK.
Damn, how did you meet someone from the UK?
I
don't even know people from McAllen. It's like an hour away.
Yeah, man, fucking the internet connects you to all kinds of people. These dudes are really, really talented musicians, and they reached out and they're like, "Hey, man, you want to collab?" And yeah, sure.
Huh.
And we basically threw something together in 2 hours. And
was it that? I thought you all did a cover.
We did one of them. And that's basically what it is, man. I mean, we just kind of threw stuff together, downloaded, and got the music together and started putting it together all in one night. We ran into a couple, but I mean, it's besides the point. I mean, yeah, it just got this hectic. Last week was really, really, pretty crazy. Yeah,
and I feel you, man. So a couple of things did happen while you were gone. The first thing was that we had an interview last week, if you guys haven't seen it, with Mr. Noe Gonzalez, aka Mr. CorpseInk. And
Mr. CorpseInk.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, Mr. CorpseInk. And he's actually sponsoring the video for this week.
Okay, cool. Thank you, Noe.
Yeah, so today, very first sponsor, Noe. Had a blast recording with him. Should have been here. You messed up.
I saw the video, and yeah, he did super great. And that's really good, too. I think having a new face, on here.
Yeah.
Instead of this ugly mug, you can...
Well, I told you I have a mask in the back.
Bringing in somebody like that to just kind of brighten up things or whatever.
Yeah, man.
It's a whole different perspective.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a whole new point of view. I had a blast recording. He said he wants to do it again.
There you go, man.
We might do another collab we're talking about with the rest of the crew, with the CRWQ crew. Mm-hmm. So we'll see when we can plan that out, because those guys are pretty busy. I'm trying to see what I can do.
Yeah, I can imagine those guys. Yeah, I can imagine they got a crazy schedule.
Yeah. So thank you, Noe, again, for sponsoring this week's video.
How did we meet Noe?
I met him because of ROTC. I think you met him when we were in MMA.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I've known him for, since my freshman year.
Man, that was back in, what, 2011?
Yeah, because I was already out of high school when I was in MMA. So it had to have been at least 2011.
2011, man. Wow.
Give or take.
Crazy. Wow, man. Yeah, Noe's cool as shit. That's crazy. I feel like I haven't known him for that long. Then again, I haven't seen him in a very long time. I think the last time...
Roar by the Shore? Were you there for that?
No, I got there... The one that I went to was the one in McAllen, that one cage fight.
Okay, yeah. That was a different one event.
But I think the last interaction I had with him, I think he sent me a picture message through text, and it was he was wearing a Dallas Cowboy fire helmet.
Okay.
And it was white with the blue star, as the leather, and I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Where'd you get that?" I don't remember where he got it from, or I think maybe it belonged to his dad or something like that. And I was like, "Hey, man, that's pretty cool."
That's cool shit.
I think I have the picture somewhere around here.
It's in the collective memory of the cloud.
I'll see if I can pull it up. We'll just kind of like put it here in,
Yeah, somewhere there in the middle. And just a reminder to you guys, he does have a new Facebook page, so it's no longer CorpseInk. Now it's CorpseInk Tattoos.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to his last one, but he has a new one, so I'll make sure to put it here at the bottom, and we'll probably link to it as well.
Yeah.
So I had a weird thing happen to me, and you know how the internet kind of just takes you down a dark hole sometimes?
Yeah.
And I forgot how it happened. I think I was watching like a documentary. I think it was like on Kurt Cobain or something. And they brought up something that has been around forever, which is a 27 Club. You familiar with that?
I think you're referring to the age of people who die away, or some shit really monumental happens to them at that age.
So apparently, for those of you that don't know, the theory behind it is that for whatever reason, the number 27 is either really lucky or really unlucky. So there's like a bunch of famous people that have died at the age of 27. One of them being Kurt Cobain. I believe Jimi Hendrix was another one. Amy Whitehouse was another one. Right.
What the 27 Club you said?
Yeah, 27 Club.
Yeah, I've heard of little things like that. How old was that dude from Fast and the Furious? Well, I guess we'll see right now.
That's his name. Something Paul, wasn't it?
Walker.
Paul Walker. Yeah, there
Paul
you go.
Walker. Who are the members of the 27 Club? Okay, there's a lot of people. We have
Hendrix.
Yeah, I saw that. So we have Robert Johnson. No idea who that is. Brian Jones. Alan Wilson, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin. Go away, pop up. Jim Morrison.
I didn't know.
Ron Pigpen McCarran.
I didn't know Jim Morrison died at 27.
Kurt Cobain, Amy Winehouse, and that's all that I pulled up. I guess maybe it's not.
I guess it's like the most famous ones.
I would assume that's, yeah.
Yeah, so,
wow.
And the reason why I was thinking or pondering so much with that was, one, I am 27, and two, I met you when you were 27. Or, yeah, you were 27 when I met you, or around that age.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah, so right now, at my
27,
right. Up to this point of my 27 years, I don't see anything that would trigger me to be like, I want to end it, or nor do I see something that is like, oh my god, my life has completely changed forever. See, but you already went through your 27. Was that like a midlife crisis kind of thing to you, or nah?
No, man. Well, no, not by any means. I think, oh man, no, dude. I think by the time I turned 27, I had already started looking into like finding work. Outside of Stark County, and I mean it I guess yeah, sure, maybe it was like a pivotal. Because
I was thinking about it too. I was like,
but I can't think of anything that was like
that stood out.
Yeah, like holy crap, like this, But yeah, I mean that's when I started like looking into like, okay, maybe I need to start looking for work, outside, finding something better.
Yeah, because I mean, for me, the closest thing I would have for that would be the fact that I started the podcast at the age of 27. That's about it.
Okay.
I don't have any, unless you count COVID as a as a thing, but
we did talk about that in the first episode. About some of the things that came out of
the pandemic.
Yeah, the pandemic, and I guess it just so happened that you were 27 years old.
Yeah,
I suppose, and I guess maybe for me,
I had turned 27 when it hit its peak back in the summer.
Okay.
Because I think, don't quote me, I think it's starting to kind of
come back.
Yeah.
Or what do you mean?
Like it was already going down, so it's not as bad as it used to be. But I believe we're having like another spike.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen numbers anymore at like as much as I used to a couple of months back.
I just gave up on it, dude. Like it's just
I remember
can't keep up with it.
Every day it was like so many. Well, and it was like a slow rise. Like there was like 4 people infected, and 7 people here, and 12 people here, and then all of a sudden it just it just skyrocketed.
In 1 week, Stark County went from like 12 to like 300.
Yeah,
like it was literally overnight that they were like, oh. We have a couple hundred now. I was like, shit.
Well, that's why. I mean, there was also that increased testing.
Yes, and which played a huge factor.
Yeah,
It was not only increased, it was faster too, because it was no longer the 3 days.
Yeah.
They had gone it down to a day.
Yeah. And I mean, shit, man. I mean, those numbers just went crazy high. And, you know, I had a couple friends that ended up contracting it, and, you know, even some family members, and it was like, holy crap, man.
Yeah.
You know, like, but, you know, family members from, like, Houston, you know, up where there was more, you know,
more of it.
Yeah, more people.
I had family get it, and they weren't from that far away. They were from McAllen.
Uh-huh.
And they got infected with it.
Uh-huh.
And then we have a friend that just recently got it.
Oh?
Yeah. Like 2 days ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, well, they were officially, like, tested positive, like 2 days ago. So it kind of just shows you just how close to home it is. Because, like, to me, it's always like, no, it's like in the big cities. It's not going to happen here. And
yeah,
it's
right? Like, no, yeah, no, all of a sudden... Yeah, dude, that's really messed up, man, that you mentioned that. So, like, before March, before spring break, I took a trip to Las Vegas, and this was in March for a friend's wedding, and I remember going to one of the shops out there in McAllen, and one of the guys asked me, like, hey, man, you know, what do you think about you know, this whole coronavirus stuff? Like, do you think it's gonna get bad? And I was like, nah,
we're good.
Yeah, I think we're good, man. Like, I don't think we have anything to worry about, you know. And you know, I mean, obviously take precautions and stuff like that, but I don't think it's gonna be that bad. And, you know, I remember him saying, like, dude, are you sure, man? Because, you know, it's moving pretty fast. And I'm just like, yeah, you know, I guess you're right, but I don't think it'll be... I really, really downplayed it, like, or at least in my head, I didn't think it was going to get this out of hand.
I was guilty of that too, because when it first got, like, announced, it was announced as a super cold, and that was it. Yeah. They're like, it's like having the cold, just the symptoms are worse. Yeah. And, like, to me, I was like, oh no, it's just like getting a cold. Whatever, you build immunities. Yeah.
And I remember my brother, my older brother was the one who, like, started, you know, sending me some videos, and how, like, what was it, China, like, they built a hospital, like, in like a week or something like that, and they had it up and running, and, you know, he was showing me videos of, like, doctors, you know, losing, and then the hallways filled with patients, and it was like, what the fuck?
See, I've seen those, but in, like, like South America, pretty much, like, where you just see, like, the patients, like, just there outside the hospital, like, you know, halfway gone and shit. And it's like, fuck, dude.
Man, that's horrible. Yeah, and, you know, this is on the other side of the world. Like, yeah, we don't have to worry about it, you know.
Yeah, it's like, we're America. Yeah, like, we don't deal with those things.
And my brother was just like, nah, man, you need to be careful, like, out there, you know. Because if it gets here, you know, it's going to be bad. And, you know, again, I completely downplayed it. And, you know, telling that dude at that shop, you know, was like, yeah, don't worry about it.
We're good. We're golden.
And we took off to Vegas, man. And life in Vegas was life in Vegas. You know, it was, you know, everybody was out, you know, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the morning, you know, people doing their thing. And, you know, going out to the shows and stuff like that. And we were there for like 4 days. Or, yeah, about 4 days, 5 days. And we flew back. I think it was 4 days. And we flew back. And, you know, I had to work. Not the next day, but the day after. And, you know, I remember coming into work. And then, like, a day or two later, boom, everything went into a shutdown, and they ended up, you know, just businesses just had to stop, and you know, literally overnight, like, dude. Everything just, like, curfews were put into play.
I remember going to HEB, dude, and it looked like some post-apocalyptic shit. Like, I had to wait in line.
That was the other thing too, man.
Yeah, like, I had
people losing their minds for toilet paper. And
like, I had to wait in line, like, 20.
What all about?
Like 20 or 30 minutes to get in, dude. And then, like, I finally go in, and then it's like aisles just empty, I was like, what? Like, you only see this shit on TV? Like, what the fuck?
I forgot about that, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, dude. I remember I went because we needed milk. Was one of the things that we needed. And it's just like, la hielera's empty. And I was like, guess there's still milk.
Dude, you're right, man. You just completely jogged my memory. I remember, getting out of work and going to H-E-B to buy breakfast for the next day, and you had to wait outside in line. Yeah. And you were only allowed to get a certain number,
and
or there was a limit.
It was only one person per family,
yeah.
too.
Yeah, and holy crap, man. I forgot about it.
And it was trippy.
And people freaked out, man. And I think at that time, we got a pretty good... There were still some people that were like,
But for the most part, everybody was like, it's happening.
Yeah, and... Hell, man, I remember I used to get out of work and I drive home, and it was like every Monday through Friday were like Sunday, Saturday mornings, no traffic. And, going out, to go and run an errand or two or something like that, there was, hardly any traffic. And it was just like, I mean, it was nice because I guess you
didn't have the traffic. You didn't have that inconvenience.
Yeah, and... but at the same time, it was like, and like you said, man, it was pretty post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, dude. I remember going to the store, and it was kind of late. I think it was like 8 or something. And like, there's just no cars, and the businesses are all just closed. And it's like, the fuck happened here, dude?
Yeah. You're right, man. Holy crap. So I remember. I mean, it looked like we had a grasp on the situation.
We did for a little bit.
Yeah, for a little bit, and I want to say like cases like dropped.
Yeah. We hit a low. Then people got comfortable, and they started to like open a bunch of stuff up, and it just went to hell again.
Yeah, and then like people were getting. I think they were calling it like Corona burnout or something like that, and
where people were like, oh, I mean, there was like I think there were like riots in New York about it, where people were like, You can't keep us locked up anymore, so people just went out.
Yeah, and then people were like, hey, well, they can't arrest you for being out after curfew and stuff like that because it's not like a law or something like that.
Yeah, it was like they could only advise you to go home. Yeah. They can't lock you up or anything for it.
Yeah, and I guess people just kind of like, well, I guess if they can't do that, everybody started going out again. But I remember like. The curfew was like 8 o'clock or something like that, or 10 o'clock I think was the curfew, and everybody was getting out of work, and I remember people would just supermarkets were
hasta el tope.
Yeah, and Whataburger and all your fast food places were lined up with cars because everybody was just getting their last minute stuff before they had to go home and not be able to go out. Holy crap, dude. And that was all during...
That was the summer.
Yeah, that was the summer, man.
That was the summer for us.
So, like we mentioned in the first podcast, I mean, because of that, not being able to go out and stuff like that, I'll be honest, man, I remember checking my bank account, and it was just like, hey, man, I have some extra cash. You know what I mean? Like,
oh, God.
This is great, but, like, that
was me.
Yeah, and... Well, what am I gonna do with this? And
online shopping, dude.
Yeah. So that was the other thing, and this came out of it, and
this came out of it for me.
Yeah, and I started playing a lot more music because I wasn't going out, and I had all my guitars there at home. I just wasn't.
You didn't have the time.
Yeah. Well, not that I didn't have the time. I wasn't making the time because I was always wanting to go out and do other stuff
like normal adults.
Yeah.
See, that's my issue now. That like before, I was like, I don't want to go out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's like, okay, I had too much me time. I need like we time. Yeah. Where when can I just go out to like, not just the store?
Yeah.
It's been almost a year and I'm starting to feel it. I feel like I'm going a little bit insane, just a tad bit.
I honestly feel like I've kind of gotten used to it, and I didn't experience any of the, I guess, crazy, I know some people have they need to be out, they need to socialize and stuff like that. And I know some people, probably felt that a lot. I had
that going for me too. That I'm not a social bug, so I'm good being home.
Yeah,
yeah. It's not that bad. It's just that every now and then I'm like, fuck, man, I haven't seen my friends in like I'm almost a year.
Hell, I think was that when we were playing like a whole bunch of
PS4. Yeah, because we had nothing else to do.
So we'd be online playing. What was it we were playing? Ghost Recon?
And Friday the 13th.
Yeah, we were playing.
We need more people. We need to go. Oh, shit, the fuck. Oh, unplug this shit. We need to go and get more people to join us on that game, because that game is fun as hell.
Well, leave your gamer tags in the comments or something like that.
And we'll try to add you and play some,
and we'll
some video games with you.
Yeah, and
we can do a session of Among Us.
Finally. Hey, man. Yeah, actually, I've had that game on my phone for a while. I just never played it.
I played it a bit, and it's really fun.
Yeah, I've heard. But yeah, dude, like, all of that Corona stuff, I mean, we had a handle on it, and then we lost control of it once everything, reopened. And, I have some friends that are nurses, and I have friends that are in the EMS, field. And, man, I mean, talk about they were feeling those effects.
Oh, dude, this hospital just barely got, what's that word when it's no longer like over
capacity?
Oh yeah, over capacity. Yeah, it barely got rid of that.
Okay. Yeah, man. I mean, and then I understand. I guess some parts of the country,
worse than others.
Yeah, or I guess. Maybe had it a little bit easier, because I remember I would see videos of people walking in the hospitals, and their hospitals were empty, and I'm just kind of like, well, that's
good
nice.
For you.
Yeah, like that's great. And some people were like, see, it's a hoax. And then I'd say, I guess it was just on where you were.
Yeah.
Or where you were from.
You can't compare, let's say for example like New York to what's a small town like Hebron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're not gonna have it there.
Yeah, so and I guess that sparked a whole other thing,
whole other can of worms.
Yeah, because people didn't want to wear masks out in public. And
that's something I'm still getting used to, because I don't go out enough. So I just have my mask in the car.
Yeah.
But sometimes I forget to get it down. Yeah. And then I walk to the door and I'm like, oh fuck, I have to walk back again.
Yeah. That's why whenever I see those memes of fuck the mask,
I can relate to that 100%, because it happens to me all the time, especially at Stripes, because I'm super paranoid, so I don't pay at the pump. Mm-hmm. I always get down, and then I'll be like, right, I have to do the walk of shame back to my car, and then back this way, and pretend like, oh no, I forgot something else that was in my mask.
Yeah, no, it's happened to me a couple times, and I mean, we've had a couple holidays also, I think what was it, Memorial Day or Labor Day or something? I know
we had
Halloween.
Yeah, we had the ones that we didn't get to celebrate, or what do you mean?
Yeah, the ones that we didn't celebrate, because
Halloween, 4th of July, Easter.
Yeah, so
because since Easter it was happening.
Yeah, and I want to say all those gatherings and stuff like that, just people mingling, and I mean it sucked, man. I had some family come over, and family from Houston, and they wanted to come by and hey dude, I mean it sucks, right? But
it's you'd rather not risk it.
Yeah,
you really just rather not. And then that makes me wonder, because we're already almost done with the year.
Yeah. So
we are November 10th today, so tomorrow's Veterans Day, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so tomorrow's Veterans Day. Thank you, Duck.
Thank you. Thank
everybody who's anyone who's been in the military and served in the military. Thank you. Yeah, because of you, we get to sit here and bitch and moan.
Yeah, do this stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you guys for all you've done for us. So at this point, I'm freaking out, because I'm thinking people are not gonna listen for Thanksgiving, people are not gonna listen for Christmas, and people are not gonna listen for New Year's.
Why not?
I don't know. I feel like the other holidays is okay, Easter, it's important but not that big. 4th of July, but I feel like Thanksgiving and Christmas, New Year's have a stronger.
Get off the internet.
Yeah.
Don't.
I don't know. I feel like those holidays are you need those. When I think of holidays, those are the three that I think of. You will not celebrate those holidays.
Yeah, I guess like it's Labor Day.
Yeah, like Labor Day, Halloween. Even though I love Halloween, it's like if I don't go out to a party, I'm fine.
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's not. But like if I don't do something for Thanksgiving, Christmas, or
family doesn't come over.
Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be something missing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna feel like a little emptiness to it, and I feel like that might mess with things again.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I've had a couple Thanksgivings where I'll celebrate like the night before, and I'll stay up all night and wake up at like 4 or 5 in the afternoon. Hey, where's everybody? And
I think we did that a couple of times. Yeah.
And it's just like the next day, the day of Thanksgiving, it's like, oh yeah, everybody already left.
Oh, nice.
All right, well, where's the turkey? You know what I mean? Like,
we're all the leftovers I'm gonna eat for the rest of the month.
Yeah, but
until Christmas.
But it feels really weird because you didn't, socialize or anything.
Yeah, like it has
at least on that holiday, anyways.
Maybe it's like a South Texas thing. Maybe that's just here. I mean, I don't want to generalize with everybody because apparently we have people that are watching us or hearing us that are not from the United States. Yeah, I have. Let me log into the account real quick.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had like 2 listeners that are not from the U.S. Besides the Mexico ones, because I'm pretty sure those are my relatives. But
those guys are cool, man.
Yeah, we have 1 person from Germany and 1 person from Singapore that has listened to our podcast. Yeah, the power of the internet.
Germany and where?
Singapore. I don't even know where Singapore is at.
Well, greetings.
Yeah, guten Tag?
Yeah,
Guten Morning. And it's not morning.
Shut up, dude. So, just, what's up, man? No, that's great, man. That's pretty cool. I'm glad that
we're slowly growing. Right now, I mean, we've only been doing this for about a month, I want to say, give or take.
Has it been that long? I don't know. It feels like it's been a while, but then again, I mean, I've
because we've been recording before.
Yeah, I was about to say, or maybe it's just because we've been recording and we're just slowly releasing the stuff. And all that stuff.
So right now we're actually releasing things a little bit more up to date. I guess we're not leaving it like 2-3 weeks in advance. Okay, I think now it's like a week or 2 in advance. So seeing how we're in the topic that the year's already gonna end, do you think 2021 is gonna be better?
Oh man, I mean. There's only one way to go from here, right? And that's up. Hopefully, I hope. What's next?
Do we know that we've hit rock bottom?
I don't know, man.
See, that's the thing. Like, do we know?
Man, it was
that
one
we've
thing.
Hit rock bottom.
It was one thing after another. You had giant hornets, and then you had coronavirus, and
you had Australia was on fire.
Yeah, Australia was. Yeah, man.
Almost had World War III. At one point, remember that shit?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
It just
man. Hasn't been a good year.
You know that? Yeah, man. You're right. I don't know, man. Hopefully, 2021 is a lot better. I guess we'll see. We'll have a better bearing. Once.
Hopefully.
Once we're in December, we'll be able to say, yeah, it looks like we're on the up. I hope so, and I mean, I'm just gonna make the most of it.
Well, you can.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to try my best to keep going. 2021, it looks like we're going to have a new president.
Yeah. So as of right now, technically we have a new president-elect, but then we don't because it hasn't been like officially finalized. So my Facebook is chaos right now, dude.
Yeah.
Like it's just people constantly fighting like both sides.
Yeah.
It's getting scary to me.
Yeah, and so hopefully, if there's going to be some change, I mean, maybe that could be something
for the better.
Yeah, and and if not, I'm still going to go out and work and do what I have to do and try to make the most of it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, I've noticed that there's 2 kinds of people right now. There's the people that are like, this is a vacation. I'm going to do nothing. And they just are kind of going with the flow. And then you have the other half that it's like, no, I have time to do other shit. And I think that people that are like, I have the time to do other shit are the people that are freaking out the most over next year. Which, I mean, I don't blame them. I mean, like, everything for the most part, I'm not really too much affected as long as I don't get, the virus. I'm still going to keep my job. My job's not going to go anywhere. Oh, thank God. I'm still going to be waking up in the morning, hopefully still doing this. So, I mean, my life is not really going to change too much. So I'm in a point of privilege right there.
Yeah, and I mean, hopefully, like I said, just make the most of it, man. Whatever comes next year, just roll with it and keep doing what you're doing. I know I am. Like I said, I started playing music a lot more, and that's been really, really good. It's been a good outlet. Being able to write again and stuff like that, and
Would you have some pretty badass shit?
Thank you.
And quick disclaimer: the guys who saw episode 6, the intro, that was not Chavo. That was my shitty guitar playing in the beginning.
Hey man, it worked, and it sounded really good, and that's my fault for not finally finishing up stuff. But I'm also trying to get my own.
Yeah. I mean, you do what you gotta do.
Yeah. But I mean, no worries. Rest assured, unless you want to keep it, because I mean, I do like what you did,
Dude, that was like within 5 seconds,
and it worked. I mean, it was perfect. It was super perfect. I mean, if I would have sent you something, it probably would have been like fucking, like
I'm not. I don't. It's just need for it to be like 7 seconds long. That's all that I need, dude. It can just be the same note for 7 seconds, and that's all that I need.
Something to drone
just add a drum beat to it, and there you go.
Yeah.
So going back to what we're actually going to talk about today, I went back to school, for those of you that don't know. I think I've mentioned it before.
I think you did, yeah. Or at least I knew.
Yeah, so I had a conversation with a friend, and we were talking about
you
school.
don't have friends.
Okay, some dude that like was fighting with me on the internet. Okay, you gotta call me out like that. Some dude that I kind of know. Who knows me by my first name sometimes.
If he calls you Ricky,
if you call me Ricky, you're my friend. That is my standard.
That's just no. Anyways, and then
well, we were talking about school, right? And we were talking about, is it worth it to go to like a college or a university?
Oh,
we had that conversation.
So trade school versus university.
University, yeah, pretty much. Is it considered higher education? Is it blue collar? Is it white collar kind of thing? I don't know the actual terms for them.
I know one takes longer.
Yes.
And I know the other one is just immediate, like hit the work field.
Yeah.
And
and that's what we were talking about it. We're talking about, because he's like, university. It's always worth it to go to university.
Sure. Yeah.
Because statistically,
knowledge is power.
Yes, and if you look at statistics, people who have a degree make more money in their lifetime. I think right now, the average person with a degree makes about $500,000 more than someone that doesn't. But I mean, that's an average.
How much does an oil field worker make?
See, that's the thing. Because I mean,
not to say that they don't have degrees, but I'm really curious.
But most of them make like $2,000
because I'm pretty sure that number is like way up there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they make my yearly salary like in a month or two. So
wow.
There is those exemptions, and that's what we're talking about. Because like, well, you can't generalize, because someone with that does oil field work, even welding, because welders get paid crazy amounts of money.
Yeah.
Those guys are gonna be making more than probably your teacher, who's been in school what 8 years, I think it's
más o menos.
Yeah, like they're making more than your teacher. It's probably gonna be making more than what's another like common degree that people get.
I know a lot of people like go for like art. Stuff like that. Yeah,
like if you're not landing, and even then you can qualify that as a teacher job, because most art people usually go into some kind of teaching.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah,
and it's like, you're not gonna make what an oil worker is making. So it's like, is it worth going into that much debt for a degree that you might or might not use? Because even then, like at my work, there's guys there that have bachelor's degrees, right? And they're making the same money that I'm making, and I have an associate's. And then there's people that don't even have an associate's and are making the same money that we're making. So it's like,
yeah,
is it worth it?
Yeah. So I guess, man, I guess they have their pluses and minuses, I suppose. But I mean, I feel like if you go to a trade school, boom, you go a couple of months or a year, whatever, and then you get through it, and then you hit the work field, and you start making your money. And I guess from there, as you work, you can work on your degree, while you work, so you have that option. I mean, and you can still if the work that you're doing or the people that you're working with pay you extra for, it's kind of like an incentive for getting your associates,
which some places do now,
Yeah.
apparently, which is pretty cool.
Then go for it. But I mean, some people go the other route where they go to school, they get their degree, and then, like you said, they end up not using it at all.
Yeah.
And that shit, man. I mean, but they do have that
paper to show for
the hours and all that stuff. Yeah. So, are you asking me which one is better?
Yeah. What would you think?
So, for somebody that went to a trade school, I mean, I feel like that's gonna be the route
for you.
You know, for me, because I mean, I have a couple of friends that went to college, and they're just in debt, and they're not really doing anything, unfortunately.
Not really working their profession.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, well, I went to school for 6 months.
And
I went to school for a year.
And I'm out of debt.
Yeah, I went to school for a year, and here I am.
See, because I was thinking about that too, because I kind of aligned with you there. I went to school, I have my associates. I'm currently working on my bachelor's in a completely different field because my associates is useless because I can't use it down here. And I was thinking about that too. I was like, I think it's better to just go to a trade school because you work, you don't get your debt, you're not in debt, and stuff like that. But at the same time, I feel like there's just some jobs that we cannot do without, and you're always gonna have that importance on going to an actual university. Like you're always gonna make sure that your engineer went to actual university and he got his shit together. Same thing with your doctors. You're not gonna leave that to like, oh no, just go to a 6-month training.
Yeah, of course. You do have some of those.
Like it's always gonna have that prestige to it, even if it's something that
you get that doctor.
Well, I'm a doctor in
music, or I'm a doctor in.
It's like did you see that meme that it's like it's a guy that got shot and it's like quick I need a doctor, and the guy's like, I'm a doctor, and then he's like, oh, can you help him? He's like, oh, I'm a doctor in philosophy. He's dying. Well, did he ever even live?
I mean, I feel like man, you're right. I mean, because if, like I said, you go to a trade school, you can hit the workforce, sooner. You go to college, it takes you a little bit longer, but you should come out a little sharper.
Yeah, you're supposed to have that little advantage.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, I've seen a lot of people that, end up in debt because of college and stuff like that. And it's just like, oh man, that's not to say don't go to college, but I mean, that's just a lot of the things that I've heard. And I mean, I'd really, really like to hear from the crowd about that. That's actually a really good question, dude.
Like, I mean, do you have a degree? Do you think it was worth it?
Are you using it?
Yeah, that's a big one. Are you actually working on a field that requires your degree?
Yeah, I mean,
most people that I know that have a degree don't actually work on that field. They have a good degree, they have a good job, but it's not their degree.
Yeah,
like it's something kind of related to it, in close enough to where it's like, okay, we'll take it, kind of thing. But it's usually not their actual thing.
Yeah, their actual thing. Yeah, definitely. I'm actually really curious about that. How many people out there are in that predicament?
See, and a point that I can't remember which one was brought it up. I think it was he brought it up during that argument, was that school is too standardized at this point. Like not all degrees should require a 4-year.
You were telling me about that earlier, and I think you're right.
Yeah, like I don't think all careers are equal. Like some of them require a lot more work into it than others. Like you're not gonna compare the amount of time that a doctor needs to the amount of time that say like a criminal justice degree. That one's a lot faster to get.
Okay.
Or like I think it's called like law something.
I have no idea.
Which is like if you get like your bachelor's in like law.
A major in law. Law major or something.
Yeah, and same thing with like a lawyer. A lawyer is gonna take a lot more time that God, my mind's going blank right now. But like compared to most psychology for the most part, when I got my associates with it, I should have actually finished that like in less than a year, because it was only like actual 6 core classes that I took maybe, because everything else is just filler. Because it's like biology, okay, I can kind of see why biology plays a role, but then it's
Sure.
like, why do I need history and U.S. government for psychology?
Wow.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Hmm.
why do I need that? That's not something that ever goes into play in my field.
Wow. Fuck, I don't know. That's a good question, dude.
Yeah, and I mean, and I had the same conversation with my girlfriend. I was like, "What are classes did you take in that have nothing to do with your
with your
field?" And
yeah.
she's the same thing. She's like government and history. She's like,
What's her?
she's a nurse. So she's like, "What do I?
What
what do I need
like,
this for?"
Wow.
And I was like, "Okay, yeah, you know." So there's a bunch of those out there. Same thing. Like if you're going for like a math major, you know, why do you need biology? Or why do you need, you know, it's like, what?
Yeah.
Like there's, I don't see it.
Maybe to count the, I don't know,
See, like, it makes no sense.
I don't
And
know.
that's, from what I've seen, that's a US thing. Other countries don't have that.
Well, I don't know, man. I mean, that's a.
Yeah, like it kind of throws you on a loop because I have family that's from Mexico, and those guys have their degrees like in accounting and stuff like that. Like they have really good majors, and their career, well, I think the equivalent of their bachelor's, they got it in like 2 years, and I was like, how? Like that's impossible. And they're like, oh, well, it's because we only take core classes. We don't have to
We don't have
retake
to worry about like
English, history. Yeah, like there's no such thing as a prereq over there. It's like, oh, you want to be an accountant? Here's your accounting classes. You know, go straight into it.
Does that would that apply over here? Like if they,
Yeah.
you know, really?
Yeah. So all they have to do, if you have your degree in another country, you just have to take the test here, the standardized test. If you pass the standardized test, you're good. So apparently that's a common thing with like doctors and the health profession.
Uh-huh.
They go to Mexico, a la UNAM, because that's the name of the school.
Okay.
Yeah, it's one of the best medical schools like in the world too. Yeah, so they go, they do their medical profession over there, or their studies, finish it in half the time, take the board exams here, and they're certified doctors in half the time and half the debt. Because they're paying it in, they say, pesos instead of paying it in dollars.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, like it's the smart thing to do. It's a little bit harder because you're going to be learning everything in Spanish, and now you have to learn it in English in order to practice over here. But if you really think about it, it's a smarter way to go about it.
Wow, man, that's pretty crazy. Imagine, dude, if you could just like, hey, you know, I want to be a doctor. Well, here's anatomy, here's physiology, here's what, you know, emergency medicine or whatever, you know, and wow, that's kind of cool, man. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I feel like trade school would probably be the way to go, man. I mean, and it's less expensive, and you know, you hit the ground running, you know, as soon as you're done. I mean, how hard is it to get, you know, you said you were going for psychology?
Originally, yeah. So now...
So what can you do?
With an associate's, nothing.
In psychology?
Like, literally nothing.
So why did you...
See, because when I originally picked psychology, it was fun for me. Which I feel like that's like a... I'm not sure if it's like a cultural thing.
So there was a personal enrichment.
Yes. So for me, it was because it was something that attracted to me. It caught my attention. I still love it to this day. Like I wish I could work more with it.
Okay.
But it's not a very practical degree. So I switched my major over to finance. So I'm going for finance analysis, which is like a completely shift in the degree. So you know, for my classes, whenever we do the intro, they're like, "Why are you jumping field so much?" I'm like, "Well, because my first degree wasn't practical." And I was seeing this thing. I forgot what the name of the dude, and he had this really cool quote. It was like, you need two jobs, right? Mm-hmm. You need a job that's gonna get you money, and then the second job is gonna be a sex job. And what he meant by that was you're gonna do something that you find satisfying. So you can't just have the best of. I mean, you can, but it's really rare to actually have a job that you're like, this is what I wanted to do to the dime, right? It's always gonna have some kind of like inconvenience to it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so you need your practical career. So for example, for me, that would be, you know, if I if I finish my finance stuff. And then my second job, I could always just go back to school and finish my psychology, because that's what, drives me the most.
That's kind of cool, man. I mean, if it's for personal enrichment and that's what you want to do, hey, man, more power to you. And you have that, hey, what's wrong with me? I don't know. It's your mom's fault, because that's what Freud said,
Your mom loved you too much.
Yeah, like that's a very, I mean, that's just what most of my friends in psychology, you learn about Freud most of the time.
Which half of his work has been discredited.
Okay, well, so can you be like a school counselor or something like that with that?
So the way that my degree works is that for the most part, it's considered I don't want to call it like an accessory, but it's like an attachment. Okay. So let's say, for example, you want to be like a school counselor. You need a degree in education and preferably a degree in psychology or children's psychology. So you need both of them together.
All right, that makes sense.
If you want to be like a criminal profiler, let's say for like the FBI or for your local PD, you need a degree in criminal justice and a degree in psychology.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's like a complementary degree for like most fields.
That's kind of cool, man. It's like he can be a teacher, but he specializes in psychology.
Yes.
Yeah, for children.
Yeah. So it would technically make you a better teacher. Not saying that just being a regular teacher is not good enough, but it would give you that additional knowledge that you're not gonna get.
Wow, that's kind of cool, man. Well, I guess for me, since I wanted to be I wanted to play music, and I wanted to go to school for music. I wanted to learn music theory, and maybe, I don't know. I never knew what I was gonna do with that. I just knew that I wanted to learn music and play music as a musician. Obviously, right? And, go out and do these big giant shows and stuff like that, and, I remember reading into it like, oh yeah, man, you can become like an engineer, for a music engineer, and you can do like studio musician work, or hell, you can even become like a band, director or something like that if you have your degree in music.
And if you're lucky enough, dude, those are jobs people are not.
Yeah, obviously, right? I mean, and hey, those are the things that I was looking at, but I'm just not, at the time, I just didn't like how long it was gonna take.
Yeah, because you're throwing away at least 4 years for your bachelor's.
Yeah, and I just was like, no way, man. Like, I was working at GameStop, and I was just like, oh, man, like, this is taking too long. And eventually, I found a trade school, and I started doing that, and it's been great ever since. You know what I mean? I love what I do, and it's great. But here, it's really funny that you mentioned that, because the whole 2-job thing.
Yeah.
Like, I like what I do for a living. It's fun. It's fulfilling. At the end of the day, I get to go home and say, hey, it was a good day or whatever. And, I made somebody's day a little bit better. You know what I mean?
You helped somebody out.
Yeah, and I get to go home, and then I get to sit down and play music. So I don't know, maybe now I can go back and
do that.
Yeah, maybe go back to school. That's really funny.
And today's the day Chow decided to change.
I know, right? I mean,
it's like a year from now, you're gonna come in with like a suit and tie and a briefcase.
A doctor in music, guys. Yeah. I don't. I like it, but maybe now, I don't know. Maybe not go back to school for it. But if anything, I could just buy the books again and read them all over again and
kind of catch up again.
Yeah, this is a flat fifth. So it's a diminished. Whatever. Yeah. So yeah, man. I feel like a trade school is probably a lot faster, but
it's more practical.
Yes,
that's what I would say.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker. You get rid of all the nuisance classes. I shouldn't call them nuisance classes, but you get rid of those filler classes, I guess. And it's a little bit cheaper, and it's faster, and it's work related.
I was seeing this thing, man, where apparently
right now I don't think any. I don't know, man. I think trade school's probably the way to go.
It's the way to go.
Yeah.
I was seeing this thing. Apparently, they did a study on it, and the demand for people with trade jobs is going up like significantly because everybody decided to get a degree.
Okay.
And now there's nobody that has like or trying to go for practical jobs like welder, mechanic.
Yeah.
Like all of those are starting to go extinct. So they're like, shit, I'll pay you more. Just be a trader because that's what we need. Like we don't need another biochemist. We need a guy that's gonna make sure that my roof doesn't collapse on me.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
I need somebody to design my house.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah. Or I need somebody to build it.
Build it properly.
Yeah, build it properly.
Yeah, not just like anyone can. Oh, I don't want to say anyone can design, but most people, there's apps you can 3D model your own house. But I want to see you put that nail through that 2x4.
Yeah, and I want it to be solid. You know what I mean? No, that's really man. I feel like I guess a trade school would be the way to go. Speaking about schools, talking about schools. Are kids back in school right now?
I don't yet. Both.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Yes. So
okay.
From what I heard was that classrooms have very limited staff in them. So or students. I think my mom had said that most classrooms have like a limit of 6 kids per classroom. And they're spread apart, those 6 feet. Like they're making sure that the kids are 6 feet apart. I know they wanted to bring them back to school in November, but I believe they shut that down completely because of the second spike we're getting. And apparently Europe is getting it pretty bad.
Yeah, I have some friends, out there in the UK and stuff like that are just, my buddy in California is, mentioning the same thing that their stuff is spiking up again.
Yeah.
I think I came across an article, I haven't read it yet, about a possible second shutdown.
No sabes leer, mentiroso.
I look at the pictures, man, and if I see
big old bold letters, it's a bad thing.
If there's a second shutdown, hey, man, but I think I came across another article out there where that it was looking good for a possible vaccine.
Yes, I've read a couple of that because I like to do the stock trading every now and then. I'm a complete amateur. So
I just bought some stocks myself, actually.
Yeah, so there you go. It's super cool though because it teaches you a lot about government, a lot more than you would like.
I'm just looking at the numbers go up and down.
Yeah,
if it's going up, I'm good.
Yeah. So there was like a couple of the companies. Like there was one company called like Morena, however you want to call it, pronounce it. There's a couple of them that apparently are racing for the vaccine. So I think it's like a total of like 9 different companies. And the nicer one, or the one that's like projecting the prettier numbers, is like, we'll have it by the end of 2020, no later than the beginning of 2021. Because they're already on stage 3 of their testing, which is pretty much like almost to their final step. Yeah,
I saw that they were doing like, they were still in the testing phase where they gave like so many people a placebo and they gave so many people the actual treatment. Yeah. But it's like, as a test subject, do they tell you like, all right, you got the vaccine, go and be reckless?
I would hope not.
How would they?
I think they're like, here's a shot, stay in bed, don't get out. And let's hope for the better. But that's
not how you'd be able to see if it works.
Do you see if it works if they get cured? Not if it spreads. Because the vaccine's not to stop the spreading. The vaccine's to cure you.
I thought it was meant for you to like, kind of like the flu vaccine, so you don't...
No, the flu vaccine's not so that you don't spread it. The flu vaccine is that if it hits you, it doesn't hit you as bad.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if you get the vaccine...
No, they want it so that you can be immune and not get it. But, why would they go out if they're already sick? The people getting the vaccine are people that are already sick.
Oh, I thought it was like...
No. Okay, it's not.
So they're looking for a cure.
Yes, they're looking for a cure. Okay. Yeah, they're not looking for a vaccine like in the traditional sense.
I saw vaccine, not cure.
Yeah, they want a cure for it. Okay. Essentially.
All right. I swear to God,
which essentially that's what a vaccine is. It's like a cure to it so that you don't get it again. Okay. But that's essentially what they're trying to get. But there's like 9 different companies trying to do it. A lot of people are questioning it because they're like, they skipped one of the phases. They went straight to like human trials for the most part.
Well,
and which brings up like a huge dilemma. Is like, do you risk second side effects that could be worse than the actual disease?
Yeah, I think I saw like some people like early on coming out with like neural deficiencies or like neural issues or something like that with like some vaccine. I don't know how true it is, but I think I remember seeing or I remember hearing that some people, they did like a test trial.
And they had all kinds of second side effects.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, it goes to the question, how bad is the problem and how badly do you want the cure?
Right? Like, I mean, what are you willing to go through or possibly catch?
Or sacrifice. And, in some cases, what are you willing to sacrifice for the greater good?
Yeah, it reminds me of those commercials, like, do not take this, or, like, take this, but you may notice some possible side effects of, like,
and they would give a paragraph, like, this big, it'd be like a third of the screen.
Like, the side effects are said, like,
The ones that I love is the antidepressants, that the side effect is thoughts of suicide.
Yeah.
It's like, what?
I'm taking this so it doesn't hit me.
Yeah, it's like...
But then again, I mean, if it's... I don't know, man. If it works, it works. I don't know how that stuff works, man. But like,
I don't know. The pharmaceutical world is an enigma.
Sure, man. Yeah, like, I mean, yeah, that kind of stuff. I mean, I'll be sitting down watching TV, and I'll some medication will come up, and it'll treat this, but you're gonna experience some like tingling and numbness and some
drowsiness. I was like, we'll cure your we'll treat your asthma, but you're probably gonna have liver failure.
Yeah, dude. Like,
so it's like, tomato.
And like you said, what are you willing to risk? To get that.
To hopefully get better.
Yeah,
hopefully, and it's like a big like maybe you'll get better if you cross your fingers hard enough, you'll get better.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, the whole thing, with schools and kids going back. I mean, that's pretty scary. I know.
I don't see them going back. I see a second shutdown happening.
Yeah, with the way, so like I haven't been seeing. I have been watching the news, but I haven't seen the corona stuff as much, with everything that's going on with the whole, elections, and
people just got tired of it, and the elections are a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, who I mean, everybody wants to stay on top of that. Like, who's going to be the next president and what's going on. And
I still have my notifications on in case they decide to change their mind.
I do not. I'm just kind of rolling with it, and like I said, making the most of it. But like, I think the last I heard were the numbers were going up, around the world, and it's just, yeah, man. I mean, if we get a second shutdown, I mean,
it's gonna be tough on a lot of people because there's some people that are barely scraping by, and for example, like me and my job, I'm grateful that I still have a job. I'm grateful that I have work, but it's like a nightmare, dude.
Yeah, I can imagine, man.
Yeah, no, like for example, today I was supposed to get out at 5, did not leave till 6:30. Which again, I mean, I shouldn't be complaining because I have a job
work,
and I'm thankful for it. But it's like, stuff is just getting ridiculous at this point. So I mean, here's to hoping that 2021 gets better.
Yeah, right. I mean, what we got November and December.
Yeah, I mean, even then we're almost halfway down November because we're already the 10th.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I mean, we got like 2.5 weeks to go.
You're right.
If that, yeah. So I mean, the year's almost gone, man. What are your predictions for 2021?
Personal or like okay? Predictions for 2021.
I think I'm gonna be exactly the same, and nothing's gonna change for me.
Yeah, man.
That's my prediction. I think nothing will change for me.
I think if anything, I'll probably start going to school and maybe working on, like you said, man, going back to school.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe going for music or something like that, or majoring in something that
See, in your case, something like that would be super cool because, it's part of your art. So you like to play your music. Having that extra knowledge is just a bonus.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, why'd you play that note? Because of this, and because I felt like it.
Oh,
because it sounded good,
That set of key It's a jazz.
Whatever, man. Yeah.
I'm
yeah,
saying Phrygian dominant, you noob.
You hit a bad note. No, I didn't.
It's
intentional. I did it on purpose, stupid.
Because it's the dissonant fifth of the whatever.
Nah, you just fucked it up.
I don't give a fuck.
Like, no, like I'm like I hit a bad note. Yeah, I'm just trying to justify it. Like, I maybe going back to school. I don't know, man. It would be. I don't know. I'm gonna keep working, and then whatever comes, man. I'll just roll with any opportunity that comes up.
Your way?
Yeah, like I mean, just like the way I have been. You know, hey, you want to do this? Yeah, sure. You want to do that? Yeah, sure. You want to try this? Yeah, sure.
Fuck it. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, 2021, man. Hopefully it's a lot better for everybody. You know that's going through some hardships, and stuff like that. No work, struggling and stuff like that. Like you said, hopefully they'll be coming out of that, man. That's what I'm hoping for.
All right.
Honestly,
hopefully I can get with that. Yeah.
What about you?
Hopefully grow this more, because I'm having so much fun doing the podcast stuff.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty sure I mentioned it like in our first episode that like I don't want to say nerdy, but I feel like maybe geeky or something. Like I'm into podcasts, like they're super fun for me. I'm having a lot of fun with it.
I remember like when you guys were having the conversations about this stuff, I just kind of stayed quiet like the whole time.
Yeah, because a lot of people haven't experienced it, I should say.
Well, not just that, but I mean, I was just kind of like when you guys were talking about this in the group chat, I remember thinking like, what are these guys doing? Why? And then hey, do you want to help? Yeah, sure. I'll do the first video with you. And it just so happened that at that time I was already starting to do the music stuff, and I had ordered a brand new guitar, and it was just like, hey man, well.
We have that unboxing video that's completely out of focus.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't even seen it. So, I mean, it's probably really bad. I'll take your word for it. But, it was our first video.
We've gone a long way from there. We have pretty lights in the back, in case you guys were wondering.
You can barely see them.
Yeah, but they're there.
They're there. Yeah, and we've got some decor now on the tables and stuff like that.
I got the very fancy tablecloth from... not the dollar store.
Yeah. You know what? As a matter of fact, I saw that in the last podcast with Noe. I'm like, wow, man. He sets up a table mat real pretty for Noe.
And not for you.
And for me, it's just a bare table, No, but yeah, like, I remember watching you guys or reading the conversation. I'm like, what are these guys? A radio station? Like, what? What are these guys doing? Hey, do you want to help? Yeah, sure. And then we did like one video. And then 2 videos, and then it's just like, hey man, this is...
You kind of just went from there.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. Then we had that one video that we will not post because, I mean, I think it's just bad audio and all that stuff.
Yeah, no, it's not bad audio. There's no audio.
Yeah, like, I mean...
it's just us going...
Yeah, and wishing... Yeah, man, I mean, that was... It turned out to be a lot of fun, and now I'm just kind of...
I think we learned from it. And if we ever do another one similar to that, I don't think we should do whiskey. I think maybe like a beer. If that. If we ever decide to do something like that again.
You, maybe.
Yeah. I'll have like a beer. If that. I don't know. Is there something like super... What's like a really light beer? Like a Michelob?
Yeah.
I'll have like...
You can get O'Doul's.
I don't even know what that is, dude.
Non-alcoholic. It's got like 0.01% alcohol.
I'll get the fake grape wine that they sell you.
Just put Welch's in it, yeah.
I have oh god, this is a really funny story. It didn't happen to me, that happened to a friend of mine. He bought one of those bottles, and he had it at his house, and he was drinking it with the stepdad. And they were drinking it, and they were pretty much almost done with the bottle, and his stepdad starts getting drunk, and he's like, oh, me está pegando esta madre, and this and that, and he's like, that's just grape juice. Like, there's no alcohol in that. It's like, maybe you have like a sugar high or something.
Yeah, I was about to say, maybe he's got a sugar high, man.
I was like, that's like no alcohol in that.
That's not good, man. Shit.
And I was like, dude, crazy placebo effects, man. People will start thinking that they're all kinds of drunk.
It's funny. Yeah, it's nice seeing that this has grown for you, and I mean, hopefully it keeps going, and hopefully the radio station. I know I like to listen to the radio station because I mean it's the music that you guys have on there is all just that, and it's
you are our target audience.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and it's good. Like I don't think I've skipped over a song, or anything like that. It's just.
Yeah, just there.
Yeah, like
which I appreciate a lot. Thank you.
I'm gonna go back to my music. Like, I just have it on. I'll be working out, and just connect to my Bluetooth speakers, and boom, we're good to go.
I've done it because on my drives, like when I go to like McAllen and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'll leave it on, which is like, oh, you're listening to your radio station. It's like, yeah, dude, it's my music. Like I like it. That's the reason why. It uses less data, and I don't have to worry about it. But right now, I mean, like I said, we are starting to grow a little bit faster than before, which I'm super excited about. I want to see how far we can take this. So for those of you that are watching us on, let's say, for example, the website, we do have a YouTube channel, Tequila in the Jarro. Those of you that are watching us on the YouTube channel, check out the actual website, Into the Jarro.
Are these videos on the YouTube channel?
Yeah. Yeah, but they are slightly delayed. They are 2 weeks behind. I think the YouTube's like in episode 4.
Did you?
And we're in episode 6 right now.
Did you like tag me in that or something? Or is there like a way to tag people on YouTube channels?
I did it with Alfred. I can put you on my, it's like recommended playlist or something like that on the side, or recommended channels.
That's weird because the other day I got a notification that somebody subscribed to my YouTube channel. I don't have.
Yeah, we have.
I have an account and I have a username, and I guess I have the ability.
As long as you have that, you have a channel.
Yeah, like obviously, like I see that I have a channel, but some random person just started subscribing to my YouTube channel. Like, oh, okay, like
we have 7 subscribers, I think, on YouTube.
Hey, man, I mean it's something, right?
And I know who like 3 or 4 of them are. I don't have no idea who the other half are. But yeah, I mean, we do have that. We have our Instagram, which is Tequila in the Jarro. Facebook, like us, share us. That would mean a lot to us. So because there's a couple of you that have been sharing our posts a lot. So thank you, because that goes a long way for us. It's a whole new audience that we didn't or couldn't reach before.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently we're on Spotify. Oh. I didn't even know we were on Spotify until recently, because my sister told me, because she's also into podcasting. She's like, yeah, you guys are on Spotify. I think the company that I'm using for the podcast section advertises for me in Spotify.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so if you guys ever want to do it through Spotify, go ahead. It still helps us out.
Wow. Counts
as a viewer or listen to us. I mean, it means a lot to us. Do you have anything for the future you want to share? Any future project or something you're thinking about?
Well, we just got through Halloween, and I hope everybody had a good Halloween and, had some fun. And I know we did our Halloween specials and stuff like that. We're in Thanksgiving. I don't know. Maybe we can share some Thanksgiving recipes.
We need to watch Thanksgiving.
Well, we might as well do it right now. You're not working tomorrow, right?
I am not working tomorrow. I just need to look it up.
Oh, man, I wanted to go and practice. Then finish up some project. Sure. Let's watch it.
No, now I feel bad. I feel like I'm pressuring you.
No. Let's watch it. Because, yeah. So, like, I don't know. Maybe we can talk about that in the next video, Thanksgiving. But maybe we can try some recommended recipes from the audience or something like that.
I have a traditional, or became a traditional recipe. The doomed potato.
Oh yeah,
dude, that is like amazing. I the only things that we can't give out the recipe because it's a secret recipe, but holy shit, that is.
So maybe we can like
amazing.
Can we maybe we can like move the camera around and like actually make it and shoot it in the video or something like that, and
that works for me.
I don't know, whatever. It's just an idea. And what else can we do for Thanksgiving? I don't know what other things we can do for this month. But that would be definitely something that I would like to maybe do, is throw down in the kitchen for Thanksgiving and show it and have like a feast. Because I know we do like Friendsgiving.
Yes.
I don't know if I'm off. I don't even know if we've set up a date for that. Where we hang out as a group of friends, and then I think we hang out, with our families when actual Thanksgiving comes around.
Yeah, we usually do like the week before, or like the week after.
Yeah, and yeah, it'd be pretty cool if we can get some footage of our friends giving, with our friends and stuff like that, stuff that we do, whatever. And yeah, that's kind of it. Hopefully by that time, I'll have
your camera.
Yeah, and I'll have my camera, and I can start, spamming my videos on.
I dig it.
Or you guys can.
Yeah, we can start sharing your
stuff. Or I can plug myself in.
Hey, did you check this out? Every like 5 minutes,
check out the new video.
Travel video.
Yeah.
Before we go, I do want to say a big thank you again for CorpseInk for helping us out, because that does go a long way for us. As you can see, we can afford an actual tablecloth now because we're poor.
Do you have any tattoos from Noe?
I do. I have no tattoos on my body.
Do I have any tattoos?
I don't. Do you?
I don't think I've gotten a tattoo from Noe.
I was gonna say I don't think it was.
And you said you don't have a tattoo?
I have no tattoos in my body.
No.
I went over why I don't have any tattoos, because I'm a little bitch. I'm scared of news. No. I just don't know what I would want to get tattooed.
It's not even a needle. It doesn't even.
I'm too indecisive. That's the thing. I'm constantly changing my mind over what I want. The last design that I liked was the logo that I made, the Setako. I'm not sure if you ever saw it.
Maybe we can get some audience recommended tattoos.
Of what I should get tattooed on me? Yeah.
Maybe we can do a poll.
No, you know what? How about no?
I think a poll would be...
A poll would be good?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll set up a poll of recommendations that I'm not going to get done. But it'll be there. You will have the poll, and you guys can choose what I'm not going to get tattooed on me.
Dude.
Oh, no, you know what? I'll get one of those temporary tattoos like I did last time. So I can feel cool about it and be like, Ira, Akita.
Bro, that's the audience, man.
Do it. For them, I'll get a temporary tattoo.
No, get a real tattoo, man.
I'm not... No.
Bro.
No. Do. So, you get a tattoo for the audience.
I already have a couple tattoos.
But not for the audience.
This isn't my podcast.
Que comen encierro. Mira, que comen encierro. I feel attacked.
So, are we doing anything with Duck?
Yes. So he should be coming down next month. So we do have a couple of things planned out. For one, I know he's gonna be like in an episode or two. Finally, after like a year of doing this stuff. So you guys are finally gonna get to meet him if you don't know him. We probably won't be recording here though. I don't know where we're gonna record. We'll probably have like an episode here, maybe like an episode somewhere else.
Maybe my house.
Your house? Does he still have a house here?
My house.
No, but does he still have a house here?
We'll find out when he gets here.
All right, yeah. So we can do for sure your place, because your place is a lot bigger than my place. If it's 2 people, sometimes 3. But I guess we'll call it a wrap for today. So thank you all for joining us. You have a great day.
Bye.